A senior software engineer makes about 1 crore a year in the UK and an additional 35 lakhs as stocks and bonuses. A financial advisor with about 12 years experience makes about a whopping 3.3 crores in the UK. And an internal recruiter can make even 1.3 crores in the UK. The question I have for you is, if this is something you want, or if you're content to sit back and watch somebody else make all of this money and you just talk about it. If you want to make this money and cash in on that big paycheck, you need to watch this video till the end. The honest truth
is that the UK is a difficult job market.
Landing a job in the UK is far from easy simply because the UK is a highly skilled market, which means they have a lot of talent in the UK who are extremely skilled at what they do. The other challenge is that a lot of the jobs over here don't have the same kind of importance. Some jobs are more important than others, and I'll explain that in a bit. But simply because of this, you need to arm yourself with all of the information you can get to help you make better and smarter decisions. Because truth be told, you could be working every single day and applying for those jobs, but if you're not doing it right, it's not going to yield any results and you're going to be extremely frustrated. So at the end of this video, you will know everything you need to know on how to land a job in the UK. To make things easier, I'm breaking down today's video into 4 parts. The first part, is this the best move for you? The second part, how likely is it for you to land a job in the UK? The third, how to actually get a job in the UK. And the fourth, what you need to do to ensure that you have an edge above the rest. So how do you know you're making the right decision? Truth be told, most people move to the UK to make a lot more money. And everything else that comes along with it is an additional welcomed bonus. But the simple question is, how much can you make in the UK and how much of that can you save? The way to find out that is to calculate what your cost of living is going to be in the UK, and everything apart from that is then your savings. Here's a video to help you get an idea of what your cost of living is going to be in the UK when you get here. And let's be very honest, the UK is a really expensive place to live in. The cost of living is much higher than that of India. So unless you're making a lot more money than what you were making back home, India in our case specifically, this probably isn't the wisest decision. So for starters, you need to have that one magic number, the number beyond which everything is great and the number below which it doesn't make sense for you to move to the UK. So what is the likelihood of you landing a job in the UK? Like I mentioned earlier, the UK is a very challenging market because it has a lot of skilled workers, which also means that it's not very easy to get a job. And apart from that, all roles are not alike. Some roles are more important than other roles. Let's put it this way. The UK has some roles which are facing a shortage simply because they don't have enough people trained to work in those fields. Those jobs then fall under the shortage occupation list. It's a list which maintains all the jobs which are facing a shortage in the UK, which also means that it's easier for you to get a visa from India to work in those roles in the UK. Good news, right? Even better news. IT and healthcare fall in this list, which means that if you work in IT like a lot of people in India do, or if you're looking for a role in healthcare in the UK, it's a lot easier for you to move here because both of these fall under the job shortage occupation list. Now, IT and healthcare aren't the only sectors that fall under the job shortage occupation list. There's an entire list. So what you need to do is check the list from the description box below to see if the profile you're interested in falls in this list or not. And what if the role you're interested in does not fall in this list? Well, to be very honest, it doesn't make things impossible to get the job. It will be a little more difficult, but that just means you need to try harder. But you can definitely get a visa to work in the UK even if the role you're looking in does not fall in the job shortage occupation list. So, the million-dollar question, how do you actually apply for a job in the UK? Well, for starters, I very strongly suggest you look at these 4 websites: LinkedIn, Monster, Reed, and Indeed. Most of the job postings from the UK will be on either all 4 of these websites or one of the 4 of them. But remember, when you specifically look at each of these websites, look for jobs in the UK and look specifically in the job description to ensure that these employers will offer you a visa sponsorship to work in the UK. Apart from this, there's a really good website called the UK Hired, which specifically lists out jobs for people looking for visa sponsorship in the UK. So definitely check that out as well. And apart from this, there is the ever faithful gov.uk. Gov.uk is probably going to be your Bible if you decide to move to the UK. They have information on everything from rules for applying for your visas to driving test requirements in the UK. They have everything. Well, in this case, they also list out job opportunities across the UK. You can enter your postal code and look for opportunities in whichever field you're interested in. What I also suggest you do is create a profile and sign up for notifications so that you're made aware every time there's a job opportunity in the field you're interested in. Now, apart from this, the UK has a lot of consultants, a lot of whom specialize especially in helping you get a job if you live in India. So it might be prudent to consider reaching out to them if this is something you really want. Unfortunately, I've not worked with any of them in the past, so I wouldn't be too comfortable suggesting any names, but a quick Google search should help you out. Remember, I asked you right in the beginning, what are you willing to do to get this job? Well, this is where the hard work begins. For starters, your CV. If you were a recruiter, which of the two CVs would you prefer? Let's be very honest. Recruiters today are looking at hundreds and thousands of resumes. If you want to make your resume stand out, it needs to actually look different from everyone else's resume. You need that extra edge just so that you can get your foot into the door. There are a lot of tools today that help you build out great resumes. Well, in case you don't have one already, visit the link in the description box below and please update your resume to make sure it looks great. Also remember, less is sometimes more. So don't go rambling on and on in your resume and try and keep it to one page at max. Now, secondly, and probably the most important tip, in most of the jobs I have landed in the past, I've almost always been able to get an interview because I had a personal connect at that organization. Now, the likelihood of you having a personal connect in every organization you'd like to apply to in the UK is very low. But that's where networking comes in. If there's a role you're interested in and you've gone through the job description and you feel you check all of the boxes, it would make a lot of sense for you to then look for other employees at that organization, especially if they're going to be people you're probably going to work with. Reach out to them and ask them if they would be willing to circulate your CV internally. Try and help you increase your chances of getting an interview. If they say yes, great, you're probably one step closer to that dream job. If they say no, well, you've lost absolutely nothing, have you? Apart from this, if you haven't done this already, sign up for the trial version of LinkedIn Premium. This actually helps you reach out to recruiters all by yourself directly through direct messaging. And this also helps you get in touch with them and make your case for why you deserve to have that interview. And something equally important, try and be a subject matter at whatever you do. This will obviously help you stand out. Most recruiters do a quick search on you on LinkedIn every time they decide whether they should consider your application or not. And imagine them finding out that you have been encouraging a lot of conversations on a particular topic that you work on, or that you're a subject matter expert who's been writing a lot of blogs or a lot of white papers, or if you have a bunch of certifications against your name for your field. All of these are things that help you stand out a little more over everyone else who's applying. Alright, so what shouldn't you do? Because there are some things you should absolutely not do. Most of us grew up with this dream job in this dream company, and a lot of us have been working towards that for quite some time right now. So your first inclination would be to look for jobs in that company in the UK. Well, now the challenging bit is that unless you're on the list of sponsors, you cannot offer a job to somebody outside the UK. So even if there is a job opportunity in your dream company, but they're not on the list of sponsors, you cannot apply for this role and expect to be considered. The UK insists that all the companies that are offering visas for skilled worker visas or intra-company visas sign themselves up on the list of sponsors. You can check the list of sponsors from the description link below and check if your dream companies or companies that you're interested in fall within this list. If I were you, I would also run through the list and look at a lot of other companies which I probably hadn't considered in the past but fall in the same domain that I'm looking at, and go directly to their career section on their website and look for openings. And the second thing, don't give up easily. The only difference between somebody who's working in the UK and making a ton of money and you is the fact that they didn't give up, and they probably started working before you did. Well, you can always start now, but the point I'm trying to make is don't give up. Most of the time, you're almost so close to reaching your goal before you throw in the towel. So put in that extra work and remember not to cave. And just to give your confidence a little boost, here's a video which tells you how much the highest paying companies in the UK paid their top employees last year. And trust me when I say this, you will be shocked. Most of us growing up